Hello everyone and welcome back to That Paradox Computing. So we're here to take a look at the Stargate control program from my Base Tours series. Let's get into how it works. Now for those of you who didn't see my Base Tours series, check it out, there's some cool stuff, but also this is the main thing. It's a terminal, a touchscreen terminal to control Stargates. Now, at the moment we're in space, we're on the moon, there's Earth. Yeah, so we can't really hear anything that's going on. Let's pop through, let's go back over there somewhere. Da-da-da. And as you can see, you go through the Stargate and bam, you arrive. All right, not bad. So let's kill that connection to the moon. Done. Nice, and let's go through some of the functionality. So if I hit dial, it brings up a bookmarks page. So here's a bunch of addresses that I've already got programmed in. Here's the nether, here's the space base, and this cave, well, the gate there blew up, so I don't actually need that anymore. So plunk, that's gone. Now, if we want to dial a new address, we just simply click on one of these bookmarks, and then I'm using the More Peripherals keyboard. You can type this just into the computer itself, but I'm just going to use the peripherals keyboard here, and we'll just go test, and we go give it an address. So if I go up here and click on the Stargate, when you click on the Stargate from Greg's SG mod, that will automatically just get copied into your hopper. Now, if you want this program for ComputerCraft, it's another mod that does almost the exact same thing. Let me know in the comments or check the description. I may have already ported this over because I do know there is ComputerCraft support for it. So, yeah, yeah, I might make one. Nice. So here we go. We're just going to put in an address. So if we hit Control V, bam, because we got the address from that Stargate, and it copied to our clipboard, so it's pasted it in, and bam, here we go. Test. It's up here. Very, very nice. Now, this video, I've got a lot to get through. So to start off with, we'll just go through some of the basic functionality. I'll tell you what everything does if I can't show you. Then we'll go into how you set it all up, and we'll see more of it in action. We'll see the defenses in action. We'll see what happens when you dial a gate and the alarm goes off. Things like that. How you can customize all this stuff. Then we're going to go into some of the code. So if you're interested in making your own program, I'll go through just how you use all the Stargate commands in Lua, in ComputerCraft, if you're going to program. Then I'll go through my script, and you can see how I made all of this. So it's going to be quite a bit of stuff, guys. So bear with me, please. Okay, so it's in the iris opening and closing. That's kind of neat. Here we've got history. So if I click on history, we're going to see all the gates that we have dialed or that have dialed us, and we can save those. So we can save them to our bookmarks. And if we go dial and see, it should. Oh, sorry, the gate status just changed. There we go. There's that other test we just added. So let's delete that. Nice. Excuse me. So we can get our history. We can also add any of these gates to ban/allow. This is our security list, and we'll go into that here. If we go to defenses, here we can see an empty list. Now, if we add an address to that, so we can manually add an address. So set an address name. Again, we'll call it test. Now here it wants the Stargate address. It's important that in the security list it doesn't have any hyphens. So if we click on this and get its address on our clipboard, if we paste in, just got to remove the hyphens. Otherwise, when the gate dials in, the computer doesn't read the address of any hyphens, and if it goes to compare an address with hyphens to an address without hyphens, it basically just we'll just go, well, okay, this gate isn't on the security list. Yeah, so it'll mess up your security. Just remove hyphens. Nice. So we've got an address on there. Now we can actually change what kind of security we've got. At the moment, there's nothing. So if that gate dials us, nothing's going to happen. Now, if we set it to blacklist, if that gate dials, the iris is automatically going to close. So the iris will close the moment they start calling, and anyone who tries to come through will get squished. We can also set it to whitelist. Now this means that only gates on this list are going to be able to dial in. If anyone else tries to dial in an address that's not on this list, the gate is going to close on them. But if any of these call through, the gate will open. Or sorry, the iris will open. Nice. So that's securities. What else? We can see the power here. So that's kind of neat. Little power bar, which will deplete as your energy goes down, and that'll tell you how many thousand Stargate units you've got. What else? We got dial and terminate, and yeah, I mean that's about it. But I think it's a fair amount more functionality than you get out of just the DHD that comes with it. Nice. Okay, guys. Well, I'm just trying to think. Let's get into how you actually build all this stuff. So we'll build a gate and all that stuff. And yeah, you can see some of these other features in action. So just quickly, I'm going to show you the defensive systems or security features of my program. So I just got the address of that gate in there in the temple. And if we go to defenses here and we add an address, so we set the address name, so we'll call it temple. And now we can just paste in the address. And it's important when you're doing security, here it says do not enter any hyphens, because it's not going to recognize the incoming gate if you've got hyphens, so it'll break your security. So we've got our different modes. Now, none means that it's just not, it's going to ignore this list. So let's try blacklisting first. So if we dial that gate from in here, so dial, and it's this gate here, local. Look at that. The iris automatically closed. So we can now kill we can kill that incoming connection. I decided to let it finish the connection and actually close the iris, because in the configs, there's a lot of stuff you can do in the configs. You can make it so you can only travel one way through a Stargate. You can make it so you can't terminate an incoming connection, only the gate that dialed. This is because this is all stuff that's true to the Stargate lore, if you watch the TV show. So you can play around with the configs. I want to make this as universally doable as possible. Yeah. You can also edit how badly a Stargate explodes if you break a Stargate. Never break a Stargate that's connected to something. It's a big explosion. Nice. So yeah, so you can do a lot of stuff in the configs, but let's get back to security. Got a little sidetracked there. Let's go into defense. Oh yeah, something about defense is anytime you click the button on defense, it's actually, if the iris is closed, it's going to open it. So sorry about that, but I'm not changing it. Let's change it to whitelist. Okay, so we've got the temple now on the whitelist, which means that if the iris is closed, so let's just close that, um, the iris should open now for that incoming gate. Let's see if it does. Spoiler alert, it will. So we'll dial it, and as soon as it starts calling, there it is. The iris opens because it's on the whitelist. If any other gate were to call it, the iris would close because it's only whitelisted gates which are allowed in. And the blacklist, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the blacklist will open the iris for gates that aren't on the blacklist. I don't know if that was the best way to do that or not, but it's what I went with, so deal with it. Nice. Okay, moving on. Okay, so first off, we'll just build ourselves a Stargate. First thing you need is the controller block, oh, sorry, the Stargate base. Then you need ring blocks around the place. You'll see in a sec, hold on. So ring blocks and the chevron blocks as well. It needs to be basically in a 5x5. Let me just build this, that, and then that. Oop. Then that, there, easy, and bam, we have ourselves a Stargate. Nice. Okay, so then after that, what you're going to want to do is to use this program. You're going to need a couple of things. First off, I guess you've got to actually power your gate. So we'll put down the control unit there. Sorry, the RF. I'm just using the RF unit. Bam, we see that's getting power now. And our gate's going to have a whole bunch of power, so that's a good start. Next thing you need is a ComputerCraft Stargate interface, right? So we'll put that down, bam, and this is a peripheral that allows the computer to talk to the gate. So you wrap it like any other peripheral with ComputerCraft, but we'll get into that stuff when I go through my script. Here's a computer, which I've already actually got. Now, that's going to crash, that's fine. I actually already got the program in. To use this program, you're going to want to use the pastebin command. So that's pastebin get, and it's going to be down. Just check the description of the video, but there'll be some random code and then just put it in startup. So yep, check the description for how you use that. It'll probably just be the command, so you can just paste it in, just copy and paste. Nice. Now you're gonna have to have. It depends. The computer will automatically find these peripherals. You're not gonna have to do any programming. So if you wanted to, you could actually just whack a modem on the Stargate thing here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then come out to your computer. So whack down the computer. Whoops. There we go. Put a modem on it. Nice. And then we're also going to want a monitor as well. Oops, I'm turning that on and off. Very good. Oh yeah, that's an important one as well. Make sure you turn your modem on. So you'll get down here, you'll get the number of the peripheral and stuff. You don't have to remember that. The program's going to sort all of that out for you. Then we're going to build a monitor. Now, this program has been designed with a monitor of 4 by 3 in mind, so 4 wide, 3 tall. It will work with other sizes, but it's going to be like stuff's going to be off center and whatnot. It's not going to look particularly pretty. Nice. Okay, so we've got our peripherals attached. The modems are not turned on the computer, so just make sure you turned on all your modems. Very good. Now we can start up the computer. So, oh, what's it doing? What is you doing? Is that started? Yeah, sorry, it started. Okay. Nice, cool. So, yeah, that's really all there is to setting it up. It's quite simple. Just make sure you power your gate. You can have the computer just sitting, you don't have to have a modem, you can have the computer sitting right next to the monitor and right next to the Stargate the ComputerCraft control thing, ComputerCraft Stargate interface. Or you can use modems if you want to space them out and stuff. It's entirely up to you. Nice. What else? Okay, so at the moment, this gate doesn't have an iris on it, so we can't, if we try to use the iris or defense menu, that's going to do nothing. We can still get into our dial menu, which is good. Now, something else to take note in Greg's SG Craft, at least, you need to have, this gate, as you can see, only has 7 chevrons on it. To dial interdimensionally, you're going to have to upgrade it. So, well, first, let's just do a local dial. So we'll just grab the Stargate address from the one from before. So just right click on it and that copies to the pastebin. So that's nice. There we go. And now let's try and add an address. So dial. Nice. Just click on any of these empty addresses. Now, before you saw me using the keyboard, if you don't have more peripherals installed, you can just click on the computer. Now, it's just going to show up blank, but if you keep your eye out over there, we can type in test, and you can see it's actually writing. So you just type on the keyboard, and it's coming up. Control V to paste in the address, enter, bam, it's saved. So you can just use the computer, but the keyboard, if you've got more peripherals installed, is far slicker. So bear that in mind. Nice, so we've got a gate put in, and we're going to dial. Oh, here we go. Here we start hearing some of our security stuff. It's set up so if someone's dialing you, the computer will emit a redstone signal on its left-hand side. So there you go. And it should stop in just, there we go. And so the alarm then stops once the gate's connected. You don't have to have that installed, it's just optional. So yeah, the computer will emit a redstone signal. You can put whatever you want there, a lamp, yeah, whatever. It's an optional thing, but I like it. Nice, so we can see our gates are connected. If I just run through here, nice, we're through. Now, one thing though is while it's only got this many chevrons, we can't dial interdimensionally. So if I tried to call that moon base, it wouldn't happen. So to do that, you can upgrade by shift right clicking with these Stargate chevron upgrades. Bam! And now we can see 2 of these chevrons aren't even actually getting used. So there you go. For my little program, when you dial interdimensionally, this all looks exactly the same except a chevron's going to appear here, and then another chevron's going to appear in the middle. Nice, nice, nice. So also, yeah, we can't use our defenses because we don't have an iris. So let's just grab the Stargate iris and plop, and you can see the ring now, the iris appears around the edges there. Nice, and this is still turning up red. It's not going to change until you actually try and use it. So, bam, hit that. Now it's turned to green. Hit it again. It'll be black once it's finished. Oh, no. Oh, it spazzed out a little bit there. Oh, there you go. Now it's black. Defense, you can click on it. Okay, one little thing. What just happened there is if the Stargate's, anything changes about the Stargate while you're inside one of your menus, it's going to pop back. This isn't, like, it's going to dump you back to the home screen. So, like, I start closing the iris, go clicking on a menu, and it bounces right back. That's because the program uh, basically takes you back to the home screen just in case someone's dialing in and it's in a menu or something. It wants to be able to use its security features. It doesn't want you stuck doing one thing while another thing's going on. So it's intended to work that way. Nice. But anyway, we can see we've now got access to all our defense features and everything. We should have a history now, shouldn't we? Because we dialed the thing. Yep, there we go. So that's the gate in there. And yeah. So that's pretty much it. It's actually really simple to set up yourself. You don't have to do any programming or anything to use it. And yeah, works quite effectively. And it's probably easier to make than one of those Stargate bases, right? Am I right? Anyway, guys, nice. Cool. So let's now get into how you're going to program. If you want to make this gate yourself, what commands and stuff you use. So for those of you interested in the More Peripherals keyboard, you literally just right-click with it on a computer and it will pair with it, and it also just shows you like the computer's coordinates and stuff there. And then you just place it down where you want it to go. I'm in creative mode, so it's still keeping one in my hand. And that just works. It's basically like right-clicking on a computer, except it just doesn't bring up the GUI. It's clever. So yeah, you can just then add an address and bam, type. All right, let's try to back up. So yeah, there we go. Just type with your keyboard. Pretty nifty. Nice. All right. So it's gonna, sweet. Okay. Nice. So let's get on to all these commands. So first thing to note is probably you're going to need to have your peripheral here, the ComputerCraft Stargate interface underneath the Stargate. Don't think it seems to work on the sides from what I've noticed. All right, now let's get into some commands. So you're going to need a Stargate with the chevron upgrade, probably. That's not a huge deal, but the iris as well. The iris upgrade. Nice. And let's go into Lua. And in here, the first thing you're going to need to do is wrap your peripheral. Now, you can do this by, you define the peripheral, so let's call it SG for Stargate. And that's going to equal, all right, so at the moment, I've got this one set up on a modem. Now, you can get, so here we can see the name of the peripheral on the modem, Stargate_1. So we can do SG equals peripheral.wrap, and we just go Stargate_1. So that's one way of doing it. Now, if we had the computer right next to the controller, so let's just say, for argument's sake, it was on the right, well, then you do SG equals peripheral.wrap, and then we can just say it's on the right of the computer. So this is how you wrap peripherals. This is, yeah. Now, one other thing you can do, and the way that I'm doing it to automatically find it is SG equals peripheral.wrap. Sorry, it's not peripheral.wrap, it's peripheral.find. And we just say Stargate, make sure it's a string, so inside of those. And what this will do is find any peripherals, or the first peripheral it finds, called Stargate, it will map to SG. Nice. So once we've got our peripheral wrapped, what we can do is send out commands. Now, easy one is, we'll just say close iris. So, iris. Yep, too many R's there. Bam! Look at that. It's closing the iris. Nice. Oh, it's probably lucky that it wasn't trying to use that peripheral. Because I still had it attached. So yeah, so this is the commands for the iris. So that's close iris, and there's also sg.open iris. Cool. Now something else we can do is we can get the state of the iris. So if we say print what is that? SG dot iris state, I believe is what it's called. Iris state. That might be a oh no, there we go. So we can see that it's open. If we were then to close the iris, yeah, and then state. Actually, now we can see closing. So when we got the state while it was actually closing, it said closing. And if we do that now, it's going to say closed. So it gets its opening, closed, and when it's actually closed or open. So that's good. So you can then, using that, you can write an if statement saying if sg dot iris state, yeah, is equal to closed. Let's just say because it's closed at the moment. So closed. Then, and we'll say print closed. End. So I wrote that up properly. I did not write that up properly. What did I do wrong? Then print if iris state equals closed. I'm pretty sure it returns a string. Oh yeah. What I did wrong there is a little weird thing. Usually, your variables are like usually things that get returned don't start with a capital in Lua. It's kind of odd that this is doing it. I think it's probably because it's pulling something out of the Java or something, but even in Java I wouldn't think you'd do it. But anyway, so it needs to be a capital C. It needs to be capitalized like it is there. And bam, it printed closed for us as we told it to. So there you go. That's iris state. So that's the iris. We can actually get information about the Stargate as well through Stargate state. So we'll just say, well, let's just print Stargate state. So a similar looking command to the iris state and because I didn't put in, that was dumb. Of course, you need to call your peripheral, so sg.stargate state. Bam, and here it's told us idle. So the gate is currently idle. It's not connected to anything. Now you can also get, much like the iris, it will return idle. It will return dialing if it's in the process of dialing. It will then once it's finished dialing, while it's actually like connecting to the gate, once it's dialed all the addresses, for a short window there, it will return connecting. If it's actually connected to another gate, it will return connected. And I think there's something as well if the interface isn't actually connected to a Stargate, it will return, but that's not important. Nice. Now we can also get if we go print sg dot energy available, available. We can it'll show you how much energy is actually on the Stargate at the moment, which is 0. So I have set this up wrong. So let's just grab us RF. There it is. So we'll break under here. We'll put down the that's a computer interface. Whoops. RF. Bam, and give it a creative energy cell. And if we return this now, we'll probably see that the gate has, there we go, a lot more power. So it's charging up. Look at all of that. And eventually it'll get up to 90,000, I think, or 50,000. Yeah, 50,000 RF. Nice. I mean, sorry, that's not RF. Each SU in this is, I think, equivalent to 80 RF. So, yeah, these things use a lot of juice, which is good, though. I like that they're high-powered. Nice. So we can also say, well, let's get the address of this gate because at the moment we have no idea. I haven't even clicked on that, I don't think, so I have no idea what the address of this is. So let's do print sg dot well, we want is it local? Yeah, local address. Local address. Bam, and here we've got, this is our Stargate's name. That's great. So that's always handy to, well, actually, I'm just using it to print up at the top of my screen over there, so yeah. It's not particularly handy. The good thing is being able to get the address of an incoming connection, which is kind of cool. But to do that, first we're going to have to dial somewhere. So let's run over here and really quickly get this Stargate's address just by right-clicking on it and getting that copied to our clipboard. Nice. So let's do sg.dial and Control V. We'll just paste in that address. And does that have to be a string? Has to be a string, I think. Oh, actually, when we dial, yeah, it has to be a string. So, or it might work without those hyphens, but anyway, let's make it a string, and bam, look at that, it's dialing. So if we get print Stargate state, we can see now it's dialing, and we can actually see yeah, 5, so it's showing which chevron's been engaged. Nice, opening, connected. Look at all that. So we've now got 2 connected gates. And we can also get, what is it, the remote address, I think it's called. Print sg.remote address. S-address. Yeah, wow. It's an interesting little bit of spelling there. Oh, it's returned to function. No, it's returned to table. I might just work with sg.remote address. This may or may not work. Oh yeah, that worked. There you go. I don't even have to print it. I've just been being an idiot. So that's actually returned the address right there. Nice. So there we can see the address of the gate that we're connected to. So that's that gate's address. Kind of cool. Of course we can disconnect now. Oh, is there anything else I want to disconnect? Yeah, let's disconnect. So sg.disconnect. We could hear that close. Let's open the iris. Nice. Nice. Okay. So that's a lot of stuff in there. Now, something really cool for those of you enthusiastic actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to connect to you can send messages between the computers. Now, these peripherals will generate events. Now, hopefully you're familiar with ComputerCraft to know what an event is. Because you can just say event param1 param2 equals os.pull event. And what this does is this will assign something that happens to the computer, a mouse click, pressing a key, anything generates an event. And what we want is for the events which the Stargate's going to put out. So we can get events if it dials, like if something dials in, we'll see. So let's click here. We've got that one's address now. And what I'll do is let's go to dial. We'll add a new address. We'll just call it tester. And we'll paste in, sorry, I wasn't actually showing the screen there, but there you go. So this is that gate over there. There we go, and it's dialing now. Now, that's generated an event. Oh, wait, if I hit enter, it'll generate an event as soon as the next chevron locks in, I think. There we go. Print event. Chevron engaged, that was the event. Do we get, yeah, I think we also just got another event then, which should have been connected, I think. Actually, oh, SG message received. All right, that computer over there was actually just sending this gate the state of its iris. So let's check that out. So we can see this is, so if we want to listen for a message from a computer connected to another gate, this is what we listen for, SG message received. And if we print, I think is it param 1? Oh no, we get from what was the source of the event. Param 2 is going to be the message. So what we are actually sending. Sorry, so let me just talk you through that if you're unfamiliar with events. So this is the stuff that's happening, and it first tells you what the type of event is, which was this. This parameter 1, or the second bit of information generated by the event, is the source and its peripheral Stargate _1. And this here, parameter 2, was our message, and the message that was sent from the other Stargate was open. So that's nice. We've actually seen messages in action there. What I might do though is actually just get to listen to events again, and I'll show you sending an event. Sorry, sending an event, sending a message. So I'm going to do, wow, my frame rate just took a hit. I'm just going to kill the program on this computer, and we'll go into Lua, and we're just going to say SG. Now the peripheral's already been wrapped on this computer by, the program, so I don't have to wrap it again. I'm just going to say SG send message, and we'll say, hi guy. Bam. So that's been sent, and hopefully this machine has picked it up. Yep, and if we print param2, hi guy. Awesome. So we can send messages between dimensions and stuff. Really, really handy. Now it gives you an idea of some of the events as well. I'm not going to go through all of them because it generates a bunch. Basically, you get an event when someone dials into your gate, whenever your gate dials out, whenever a chevron locks in. You can get events from just like whenever the gate changes in general. You can get events from the iris. Yeah, so you can get a whole bunch of events. Just get the gate to do stuff, print out your events, and you'll see them all. So that's, yeah. Now I'm just trying to think, is there anything else? Look, that's most of the important stuff. That's everything you probably really need to know in order to, in order to use this stuff. So I hope that's been helpful. Let's take a look at my code. Okay, so here's my code. Now, I'm just going to show you the highlights. It's like 750 lines, so we're not going to go through all of it. So, yeah. Here we're just wrapping the peripherals easy, or just finding the peripherals automatically. This is just a bunch of variables, nothing too important. Here we've just got that alarm, so this just puts the redstone signal out when, when it's asked to, but that's only when, you'll see probably down the bottom if I don't skip over it, that it's literally just when someone dials in. This is just drawing stuff up on the screen, so it's getting the size of the monitor. We're checking for the energy available. Yeah, so we're just seeing how much energy, there currently is. Oh, it just became daytime on the moon. Nice. And then, we're just writing it up on the screen here, so it's all, monitor set cursor positions and stuff. Nothing amazing. This is just drawing the chevrons on the screen, so that's, completely pointless. More chevron drawing stuff. Nice. Here we're drawing up the status. So somewhere else, it's later on in the code, it actually checks for the status of the gate, and here we're just we're printing it up, and we're doing it in different colors and stuff for different statuses and whatnot. Yeah, nothing too interesting. Here we're just checking on, we're just going to draw up what the iris is doing. So on that little iris button, this is what makes it turn from green to black. Again, that's nothing too exciting. This just draws a local address up on the screen, which is, very simple. This is drawing dialing buttons. That's this is drawing the button to terminate a connection. This is drawing up that security button. So again, it's just all writing stuff up on the screen. More drawing. I'm going to skip all these drawings now because it's just that none of them do anything particularly interesting. Oh, right. This is actually drawing the security page. So once you click on the defense button, this is drawing all of that up. So, it's asking you to draw, to click on, an address or whatever. This is just writing our table that we've got. So, it's a table of information of all the gates that we're keeping track of. Nothing too interesting. Writing that to a file. This is drawing the bottom of that security page. So you're clicking through the whitelist, blacklist, or no security. This just draws up the home page. So it draws up all those buttons and draws up the chevrons and the status and stuff. Down here we've got the bookmarks page. So when you click dial, it brings up a page of all your bookmarks. So it's nothing too interesting. It checks to see how many bookmarks we've got, which ones exist. It draws up all the lines and stuff. Yeah. This when we connect somewhere else and we get the remote iris. The Stargate just closed. Input page. Oh, so this is when we're writing in an address that we want to save. We're typing it in manually. Drawing the remote address. Nothing too interesting. Nice. I'm just trying to think. I'm just going to skip through all these functions, adding to the history again. So this is when a gate dials in, this is how it adds it to the history file or the history table and then to a file. This just draws up the history page, blah, blah, blah. Again, history input page. So this is when you click on, you want to save something from your history, either save it to security or save it to as just a bookmark. Okay, so we've gotten past all like the functions I wrote up. So this is just the main part of the thing. So we're just checking if we've got any security already. When the program first starts up, it wants to check, just make sure, okay, have we got anything that's saved as security? Do we have to be keeping an eye out for anything? I was playing around with the idea of having different text, like having this text different sizes on the screen, but I just ended up going with the same size for everything, so that's kind of redundant. We draw up our home page, and then we're just waiting for events, as the events I mentioned before. So this is the monitor touch. So this is, if someone has clicked, or this is if someone clicks on the iris to open and close the iris, below that code's off the screen, which is probably going to happen a lot down here. We're just going to double check this P call. Basically, if no iris was installed and you click the button, that's probably going to cause problems. So we're just checking if we can actually open the iris. Yeah. So it's yeah, same thing, open or close it. What's this one? Oh, this is, yeah, open or close the iris, whatever. Oh, actually, was this the one to draw security? No, no. Oh, this one's to draw up the security page, and we're again checking if there's an iris. Yeah, and then so we just got if the user clicks on the screen, it's going to generate a monitor underscore touch event, and which I think was up here somewhere. Yeah. So if it's a monitor underscore touch, and then we just check for the coordinates. So parameter 2 is going to be the x coordinate on the monitor, and parameter 3 is going to be the y coordinate. And so we're looking for something between coordinate 2 and 4. Does that make sense? So that's pretty much all of that. And look, all through here is, touching stuff. So if you've touched delete the record, so it's a little X on the far right hand side of the screen. So that's just X minus 3, which is like anywhere in these three kind of coordinates here at the end of the edge of the screen. Then it's just going to delete that record. Yeah. So yeah, that's just pretty much all touching stuff on the screen. There's the occasional Stargate command in there, but mostly it's drawing stuff up, drawing home, opening and closing files, which are keeping track of stuff, adding to our history, whatnot. Nice. And then this code looks really bad because I didn't write it up in Minecraft. I wrote it up in a text editor, so like the spacing's all over the place. Nice. So let's get through here. Get through. That's still monitor touching things. Monitor touching things. Still monitor touching things. Oh, here we go. Now we're looking for an event from the Stargate. So event SG dial in, which means something's dialed us. So here we're gonna draw up the remote address. So it draws up on the screen the gate that's dialed us. And it's also going to turn on the alarm. So we'll start getting the noises going. We're going to check if that gate turns up on our security list. And if so, we're going to close the iris or open the iris. It depends on what our security is set to. So yeah, that's all checking security and stuff. Nice. Now, we're also looking for if we get a message received from the other computer, and then it's going to check if it's open or closed, and draw up on the screen. Basically, it draws up on the screen red or green, draws up the word iris, so you know if it's on, if the other gate is open or closed. Nice. And we're just checking here. So you can get a SG Stargate state change, which will return a whole bunch of stuff if it's changed to being idle from connected or to connected, or if a chevron's engaged. And there's just a few little things. It's handy to be able to write up. Yeah, add stuff to history, whatever. Turn the alarms on and off. Yeah. And look, that's pretty much it. So yeah, guys, look, that's the code. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed let me know if you're using this code and you encounter any bugs. I think I've squashed them all, but if you find anything, let me know. I will fix it. Let me know again if you're interested. If you were here for the other Stargate mod, ComputerCraft, and you want me to write one for that, I will strongly consider it. I probably will, because it would just be all the same stuff. I just have to change a few of the commands. What else? I don't know, guys. Look, like and subscribe. Let me know if you think there's any wasted opportunities here, any features I should add. Give me your feedback. Hope you liked the video. Yeah, check out my channel. Check out the series I made this for, which is my 1.7.10 base tour series. They're available on my channel. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Cheers.